All right, how many people did I lose on that one? Probably everybody. Yeah, that was pretty bizarre. My router just decided to quit right in the middle of the stream, so I have no idea what happened there. Uh, anyway, sorry about that, guys. Apparently, that wasn't actually Xfinity complaining, which is surprising because that's what I thought it was. Okay, let me pop out the chat again, see where we're at here. DDoSed by Zeos. I like that one. That's too funny. So hopefully we'll be okay here because I just rebooted the router manually, so hopefully it holds up. It's funny because this Asus is supposed to be a pretty good router, and I just upgraded it from this horrible TP-Link I had. Anyway, all right. Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. I was on the EL8. Yeah, the EL8 closeback is a very different target than the Audeze LCDs. And that's part of the reason why I wasn't a big fan. I think Josh called it more neutral, and actually, I think a lot of other reviewers are going to say that, but to me it just had a ton of treble, and it was also like even when you use the Audeze Reveal plugin to EQ the thing, it's just not my kind of sound. I like the LCDs better, and applying some EQ to them just works better for me. So now the big advantage of the EL8 is it has massive amounts of isolation. Like you could wear that in an office and it would be pretty great. But you have to like that kind of sound signature. It's more like a DT770. What headphones am I wearing? Yeah, 380 Pro, you got it. HD 380 Pro, Sennheiser. Looking for a pair of comfortable closed backs and you like my taste in sound, try the K553. But it's got to fit you. It's something I probably should add as a pinned comment to my K550 review, because if the K553 doesn't seal properly on your head, you're going to lose all the bass. And there goes all the niceness of that headphone. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. Massdrop is not a perfect company. Banned from the internets. No, it was just my router. I looked at it and all the Wi-Fi had died out randomly. I have no idea what happened. Maybe it tried to update itself. I have no idea. Anyway, 58X and the Hi-Fi Man Ananda. What do I think of them? I have not heard either one yet. I would like to, however. I mean, I think last time someone said they were going to send me a 58X. If one of you guys wants to send me a 58X, please let me know and go to my About page on the YouTube channel and take a look at the business email there and get in touch with me, because I actually am definitely looking to give that a shot. But you have to be within the U.S. I don't like shipping internationally. Best pair of headphones under $100. Oh man, where's the Hawaiian shirt you promised us? Oh, I'm really sorry. I totally forgot about that. I'll have to put that on my to-do list next time. Best headphones under $100. Right now, it's somewhere between the M40X and the Creative Arvana Live, I'm going to say. I like the Cal a little better because it's more comfortable than the M40X. But I guess that's what I'd say for now. I mean, you could get the HD 579, for about that price too. Only because the 558 is not really made anymore, I think. Best sub $1,000 metal phones. Yeah, I was kind of hinting that I really like the LCD2 Classics. They are by no means perfect, however, and I'm going to talk about that more when we get to the review, the full review. But I think under $1,000, it probably would be my pick. At $799, I really don't think they're that bad either, which is saying something, because that's pretty up there in price still for me. What do I think about the comfort of the HD 600 series? Hesitant to get one because you do not like the comfort of the 500 series. It's going to be different because especially when you first get the HD 600, they're pretty clampy. They're quite clampy. And you kind of have to get used to it, or you can have the headband bent over time. And that's just the way they are. I never really bothered me that much. You can always leave them on a couple books or something like that. Just make sure you don't snap the headband, because you can snap the headband on HD 600s. Absolutely. Let's see. What headphone would I buy if I had $2,200? Yeah, on the Stax L700. Yeah, I don't think I saw it originally. Sorry, I definitely must have. I don't think I even got to the question. I didn't skip it. I don't know about stacks. I haven't heard the L700 myself, but actually that's not true. I have. When I went to Zeos's place, but I thought it was too thin sounding in general to me. That kind of is generally the case with electrostats from stacks. I find even the 009, as detailed as it was, is still pretty lean sounding. You know, I like the Audeze kind of tone, and the 007, the 007, I forget which one, Mark 1 is probably the best version of that. Is actually pretty great, but of course it's not made anymore. It still costs a huge amount of money. But for 2000, at the moment, my flavor pick of the moment would probably be this LCD-X over here. Pretty great. I've heard the Focal Clear. Not as much a fan of those. They had this really tiny, narrow 10K peak that I didn't like. I haven't tried EQing them though, so that would be interesting. Let's see. People tend to hate the HD800 based on its popularity, and DMS and Zeos didn't give any valid reasons to why the HD800 isn't worth the money. Well, the HD800 is definitely not for everybody. I think I covered that really extensively in my second review of it. As an owner of one, I would say it's really a journey in getting it to sound the way you want it to sound, whether that's amps or mods or EQ or all of those things. And it's a great dynamic driver, don't get me wrong, probably one of the best ever made, but it's without a significant change. It's definitely not my kind of sound. All right, let's see. ZMF Omni, Argon Mark II, thought the latter had better clarity and better soundstage. Argon made the ZMF T50RPs obsolete, you think? I thought, it's funny because the Omni I heard was surprisingly clean for what it was. I forget exactly which wood it had. So, I don't know. I would really have to have those back to back. It's been too long since I've heard those. How would I compare the LCD4 to the LCD-X and the O-Tour? Oh, that's a good question. You know, the O-Tour sounded very, very good. Overall, it was definitely sort of a warm-leaning neutral. It depends on the pads you have on it, apparently. Actually, DMS has tried those more than I have. But I still think that it lacks some of the air and the air resolution that some of these Audeze planers have if you pick the right ones. Especially the LCD4. Wow, that thing is amazingly grainless. I'm going to define that as a new term now, grainlessness. And the LCD-X is closer to the LCD4 than like an LCD2 Classic, but you know, at the same time, the O-Tour without EQ is probably closer to my own preference than these things. These Audezes, because I have the two Audezes literally sitting next to me right now. Let's see. Before everybody comes back, I think you missed that by a little bit there. I have a budget of about $5,000. Best closed cans for positional audio. So basically at any price. That's a really good question. I hadn't thought about a really high-end closebacks that also have a really good soundstage at the same time. I want to say Atticus right now. I wouldn't be surprised if Icon is slightly better. I think Atticus is slightly wider and less imaging. Take a look at my ZMF review of the Atticus and Icon comparison. I think I discussed it in there, but I forget exactly what I said. Hope everything's fine. What's my current mic? Sounds great. Yeah, this is a Rode NT1. It's really awesome. Someone recommended it to me a while ago, and I did a bunch of research, and basically my research agreed with what he said. Having a 5 decibel noise floor or self noise on a mic is really crazy. In fact, it's mostly limited by the